All right, looks like we're live. Good to see you guys. We are going to be sourcing today. We found $42 profit yesterday and looking to find some more today. So if you're new to the channel, my name's 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 I sell on Amazon, mostly online arbitrage full time. And so this is my full-time gig. Yeah, I'm going to upload to Instagram to let people know that we're on. So if you're watching on the replay, feel free to skip ahead and we'll get into sourcing very soon here. Just got to get the link for this video. RW, good to see you. What's your day been like? Mine's been good. Kind of relaxed morning, which was really nice. Slept in a little bit. I went for a run. I decided to go down to the river, which was super fun. And then I worked pretty hard this afternoon. Got some stuff done. All right, posted this story. Cool. Slow, been at work. RW, what time zone are you in? A lot of people are in Eastern, so it's 6 p.m. there, but for me, it's 4 o'clock, so not the end of a work day yet. All right, I'm going to get into showing what we did last live stream, and then from there, we can kind of go into the sourcing for today. All right, so let's get this set up here. Oh, Pacific. So what is it? 2 p.m. there? Oh, so you're still very much so at work. Got a lot of the day left. Like you're close to the end of the work day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk about, oh, it's 3 p.m. All these time zones. I'm so bad about time zones sometimes. All right, let's share the screen. This should work. All right, let me know if you guys can see the screen. But just to summarize what we did yesterday is we were able to find this item, this Google Wi-Fi 𝗬𝗎1200 router. It's a 3-pack. We were able to find it total for $103, and we ended up getting it for $42 profit, 41% ROI. Very happy about that. And I remember earlier in the live stream, we sent a best offer to someone and they actually accepted. So that was pretty exciting. We made extra money there. But yeah, what we can do is over the last couple of days, we've been purchasing a couple of these. And now that we know that this is an item that we can find on eBay, what we can do is go to the sellers and take a look at the people who are actually selling this item used and take a look at their stores and see what we can find to sell from eBay to Amazon. So we probably want someone who doesn't have 5,200 ratings, 5,800 ratings, because they seem to be a massive store. This person has 2,100. That's a lot. But maybe something like this could be a good place to look. 32 ratings. They're making money. They're not a massive wholesaler. That could be a really good place to go. And looking at the chat. Okay, so yeah, it's 3 p.m. there. Oh, so do you get done at 3:30 p.m. then? It's nice when they let you out early. And if you're just getting to the chat, we just did a little summary of what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we purchased this item here for $103. We plan to sell it in either very good, like new, or new condition. Should sell for around $168. That'll be $42 profit, 41% ROI. And so from here, we can look at the sellers. We can understand that these people are finding this item profitably. And so maybe we can find items in their store that also sell profitably, other items besides this. So we picked this guy's store. He has 32 ratings, and we're going to take a look at his storefront in just a second. And RW is saying, I tried to find something, but did not find anything. What did you try to find? Just let me know. Yeah. So we'll take a look at this. Let's see here. So looking at this guy's storefront, let's get a feel for what kind of seller this guy is. So there's a couple things when you go onto someone's storefront for the first time. First of all, on the left here, I'll scroll down like this. You can see the brands that they're selling. So it looks like this guy is selling 𝗬𝗏, Logitech, Google. This item is Google. 𝗦𝗍𝐶. Isn't that like the pens? Logitech G. I don't know what the difference is there. Nintendo, Shark, Owlets, Skull Candy, Razer. He's selling Razer. What? I thought that was private label. Maybe my man's about to get an IP claim. Roku, Samsung, Revlon, Honeywell Home, and Belkin. So that's one thing that we see here on his page. We can also sort. Usually I thought they gave you more options than this, but it sorts by featured. So oftentimes if it's something that shows bestseller in a category, it's going to be the first thing in their store. And it's usually the fastest selling items. So usually when you get to a storefront, they have however many results. We're going to see the very fastest of the fastest items first. And sometimes those items are pretty hard to find profitably because they're just so competitive, but they're still worth looking into, because if we do find them profitably, it'll often be something like this where it's just going to insta sell like immediately once it gets into the warehouse. And I'm going to take a second and take a look at the chat. We got Hail Our Skins. Do you focus on specific categories or whatever you can find? For me, I'm most comfortable in electronics, office supplies, computer accessories, that type of thing. Again, I mean, electronics is like a really, really broad category. But like, if I see something like a drill or something, like for some reason my head does not comprehend like all the different variations of drills and like the bit sizes and all that. So like some things I just am not as good at, or like feel like I have the experience in. But then there's other things like this router feels pretty comfortable for me. There's mostly on eBay to Amazon, what I find to be best is something that is semi-expensive and turns on and has a function. It gets a little sketchier when you go and try and do grocery on eBay. I'm sure people do it, but yeah. RW says, I tried Bose speakers and other electronics items. Yeah, it's, yeah. Oh, you mean Boss speakers or Bose speakers? I think a better way to go, which is probably what we'll end up doing today, is reverse sourcing off of someone's store. I guess you could just type Bose speakers, kind of like we typed routers the other day, into Amazon and see if you can find it profitably on eBay. I mean, that would probably work. I would just be looking for 𝗬𝗂s where it's like a semi-expensive item. The 𝗬𝗂 looks like it's a fast-selling item, and there's margin on eBay. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful. It's kind of just like experiment with stuff and see whatever works for you. And while we're answering his question, we'll just go over to here real quick. I've had some luck with beauty items and supplements on eBay. Yeah, I've actually heard that some people do pretty well with those. So yeah, like you definitely got to quality control and make sure that it's actually like sealed and stuff, and the expiration date is right. But I've done like a little bit of that, and I know people who do quite a bit of that. Yeah. And we got the Asian flipper in the house saying how to do prep for a used item without the original box. Good question. So I'll share my screen for just 1 second. So for this item, for example, that we found yesterday, we ended up purchasing basically a like new. This one has the box. I think it was even sealed, so technically we could sell it new. But I chose to sell it as like new. So it has the box. There are other times where you find this and it's not going to have the box. And so what I would do is I would receive the item and I would make sure it has all the components that's necessary, so that the customer is actually going to be happy, and then I would put all of that together in like a big plastic poly mailer if you can. Like, the clear plastic poly mailers that you could put grocery in, you could put health and beauty in. You can do the same thing with electronics. And so you can put them all in that bag, and then you can put the little sticker on the outside of that. So that's what I would do. And then if it's something really big that requires bubble wrap, you could bubble wrap it and then put it in a poly mailer. But it's kind of up to your preference with that. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I sell this stuff ungated on Amazon and on eBay, a lot of muscle mass products and some that are IP issues. Oh, are you talking about supplements? How are you selling this stuff if you're gated? I think I'm just not understanding. But yeah, I would be very careful. If it looks like there's IP issues, I would stay away from that. Yeah, you're welcome, Asian Flipper. But if it seems like there's IP issues, you see the brands on the listing, you see that there's a huge drop off in sellers, I would just stay away from that. Better safe than sorry. Because you're not getting it removed if you got it from eBay. It's kind of like purchasing it from a like a Marshall's or something. Like the receipt's not going to cut it. But the chances of something happening is very, very small. Just do your due diligence and looking at the 𝗬𝗂 and whether the brand's on the listing, and at IP alert, you can take a look at that as well. All right, so I think we're going to get into a little bit of sourcing here. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and see if you can find some items in the next little while. So for those of you who just got here, we found this yesterday for $103, plan to sell it for $168, $42 profit. We know that this is a profitable item. We're going to see what the sellers on this listing have that are not this item, see if they have any other profitable items. So we picked someone's store. We are just about to take a look here. So coffee makers. Coffee makers, probably something you can make money on. I'm just thinking, logistically speaking, we look at the 𝗂𝗶𝗃 graph here and use, this is probably going to be anywhere between $50 and $70. And by the time you ship something that's like this big, that's going to be $15, $20 shipping. Where's the margin? So I would probably pass on this item because we're going to have to pay something on eBay and they're going to have to ship it to us. And so it's just going to be harder to make a good margin when it's something this big. And it's something that's not more expensive here. But I could be very wrong. That's just my take on it. Plus a used coffee maker. You're going to have to deal with water, coffee stains. I don't want to like prep my items like that and like clean my items. If you want to, though, be my guest. Christiana, good to see you. I heard the garage door opening. You're back. Good to see you. Welcome. RW says, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. eBay does not stop sales on items on IP issues. Only items I'm gated in, but very few things. I cannot sell grocery. Oh, okay, so you're gated in like categories, basically. Yeah, and just a great note for everyone. Before purchasing something on eBay, I would highly recommend you just put the ASIN in your phone into Amazon seller app and just make sure that you're actually able to sell it, like it's not restricted. So let's get into sourcing here, because you don't want to buy something that, you know, like you're not able to sell. Then you could return it. But so we got these these noise canceling headphone headset thing. Why is my 𝗂𝗶𝗃 not popping up? I'm going to refresh the page. There we go. All right, well, I didn't like this anyways. It's a little cheap. This, though, is a little bit more expensive. Not really, though. They have it listed really high. I'm going to pass. This, though, this seems like something that could be, I don't know why this guy's listing it at $100. We could take a look. So we're storefront stocking. And so when we click into the ASIN, we're going to see the guys that we're looking at, his listing. So we want to see the actual listing with the actual price, the actual buy box, all that. So we take the ASIN. You can find it in a bunch of different places and search it. And my Amazon's being very slow, so bear with me for just 1 second. There we go. So new, Amazon selling this for $60. Number 2 in webcams. We got 86 people selling this item. Very consistently slowly going down over the years. Amazon's usually in stock. So like it looks like people sell this for $55. I'm kind of looking for the lowest used price here. I mean, people were selling this at like 51 for a while. But a regular used price is like 55 bucks. So let's take a look here. So 55 bucks. If we want 40%, be 33. If we want 30%, maybe maybe around 36. So yeah, if we were to source this profitably, we probably want to get this for around 36. If you want to be a little safer and do 40% ROI, probably more like 33. We're going to take a look at the chat real quick. We got Rake and Profit in the house. What's good, man? Good to see you. Actually, in one of his videos recently, he was talking about Logitech webcams, and we happen to be looking at a Logitech. And this is a great question from 𝗦𝗷_𝗠𝗲. Amazon being in stock doesn't deter you? For me personally, no, because what we're looking for right now is used items. And so we're selling used items, and so our price is going to be lower than Amazon anyway. And so let's take a look at this listing again. That being said, I would test buy lighter though. So Amazon is selling this new for 60 bucks. We can take a look at the used sellers though and see if the Amazon warehouse is selling it used, because sometimes Amazon sells it used as well because they have returns. And in that case, that does deter me a little bit. But let's filter by used here. And 𝗦𝗷_𝗠𝗲 is saying, I forget your used. How much do you sell used versus new, if you don't mind sharing? I actually sell probably 80% used. The reason I like selling used is because, number one, people will, first of all, sell it on eBay for cheaper because it's used. And so there's more margin for me. And yet people on Amazon will still pay good money for a used item because let's say we were sourcing something that's like $300 new. It could be $210 used. And so the customer gets to save a lot of money purchasing that used item, but yet the person on eBay got it from an estate sale for 10 bucks. So there's sometimes margin there to make some good money. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is if I'm purchasing it used, there's a lot more margin for me to have it be slightly different than what I thought it was going to be. So if I purchase it new on eBay and even the box is open, for example, and I like don't notice that, a customer is going to get pretty angry about that. But there's more room for customers to still be satisfied with an item if it's used potentially. So that's kind of the way that I see it anyways. And especially for me, I send a lot of my items to a prep center. So I want it to be something that's most likely going to work and be a good situation. So let's take a look and see if Amazon's on the listing used. So we got this guy here. I mean, the lowest. I'm very curious if these people are getting sales because they're matching Amazon used. I feel like you're going to have to price lower than this, but whatever, we'll see. We're not seeing Amazon, not seeing Amazon, not seeing Amazon. No, 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 no. Yeah, so Amazon's not selling this currently used. So there's a very good chance that if we were to come in here and price at like 55, because that kind of makes sense, to be honest, considering that the new price is 60 bucks, we'll be able to get sales. So that's kind of how I'm viewing this. And Rake and Profit is saying, but everyone on TikTok says these items don't sell on Amazon. LOL. Keep crushing it. I appreciate that. Rake and Profit gets the most disgusting TikTok comments. It's good content, good banter. Or if you guys have seen Cajun Ventures, she always gets the meanest comments about like herself on TikTok, and she always makes the best content about it afterwards about how they have great lives and everything. But anyways, yeah, these items definitely do sell. And now the question for this listing is, are we even able to find this profitably? Because like, that's great. If we can sell this for 55, that's great. But can we get this for $33? So what we really need to do here is cut and paste this model number and put it into eBay and take a search. So the way that I like to do this is, first of all, before trying to find something right now that's active, is I want to see if people are even selling this item for the right price. Because I could come back here 10 times and it's never available. I want to see if there's a history of people selling this for the right price. So I'm going to take a look at the solds real quick just to get an idea. Are people selling this for a profitable price? So you see this was profitable, 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 profitable. Again, we do have 89 listings. I mean, this one sold for 31 brand new. 31, 32. So there is a majority that's over our 33%, $33 buy cost. But there is a decent chance we could find this. It's not going to be extremely plentiful, but we can at least take a look. So if we don't find it right now, we could write it down and be checking later to see if we can purchase this for a profitable price. So we're seeing this auction. We can't buy this right now. We could watch this and purchase this later. Small chance, but maybe we could come in and snipe this for this 15 plus 9. That would be pretty cool. That would be around $24. So if you were to get that for $24, that would be $22 profit, 93% ROI. It's possible. We got another auction. You could send this guy an offer if you wanted to. Same with this one. Same with this one. This and with this one. But this one though, it looks like it could even be profitable right now. And going back to the chat real quick. Oh, I'm not even, shoot, am I not even sharing the screen? No. Steven, good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys real quick what I was looking at in case my screen wasn't working. So basically, there is an auction here. It's not available right now, but there are auctions. There are auctions. And we come across this one that is potentially up for sale right now that we could purchase. All right. Now that you guys have seen. Rake and Profit saying, quick question. How do you prep loose items like webcams for FBA? Boxes, padded poly bags, or does it not matter? I use clear poly bags, but sometimes it worries me that it'll get damaged. Yeah, that's a good point. That's one reason why I love to stay with items that are less likely to get damaged and are going to be less likely to need a bunch of prep. This, like, you could wrap it in like a layer of bubble wrap and then polybag it. I've had pretty good luck with similar type items like this. but there is the risk of things getting damaged. Yeah. You could even put it in another box and then polybag that if you really want to be careful about it. But yeah, if you could do padded polybags, that would probably be really good. Steven, I'm back for another live. Good to see you, man. We're just taking a look at this item right here. We might actually have our first purchase of the day. Should be pretty cool. If nobody else comes and purchases it, which you guys are welcome to do, but we're going to take a look at this. So we got this Logitech 1080p. It's got the cord. That's good that it has the cord. Want to make sure that we have all the components. We should also take a look at the variations because we want to make sure that we're actually selling the one that sells. So we're on the 𝗬cie_𝗰𝗍. And so what we're doing right now is it's almost impossible to know which one actually sells for sure. But if we go on 𝗬𝗂 and take a look at the reviews, the one that gets the most reviews is most likely also selling the most. So we're looking at the variations and we're seeing which one actually sells the most. So this one is getting 100% of the reviews. How could that be? That's so unbalanced. But it looks like the one that we're on, 𝗬cie_920X. C920X. Yeah. So the one that we're on gets just about all the sales. And so the buy cost is 31 bucks. That would be $15 profit. That would be 49% ROI. And it's looking pretty good. Christiana Cordic says, gotta love variations. That is right. It can be a tricky game sometimes if you purchase the wrong one, but if you're on the right one, that's a great protection from other people because they might just see the variations and be like, too risky, you know. So yeah, taking a look at this, I'm going to take a look at their description. Logitech. Very, very basic description. They say it's used. I'm going to take a look at what people are saying about their items. Sometimes they have a description here. Okay. Yeah, so this person is saying includes just the webcam, no original packaging, no manual, accessories, or anything else included. Signs of use, no accessories. Seems like the market, most people are just selling it like just the webcam. What's this person saying? They ship daily from Cleveland, Ohio. It's a big seller. All right, so this is looking pretty good here. If it was a big item that's hard to ship and you need to be sure that they package it extremely well, I would not purchase from someone with 2 feedback. But with this, it's a pretty straightforward thing. They'll put it in a it's not something super huge. So I feel decent about it. So yeah, I think we could purchase this. So let's add this to cart. And I'm going to stop sharing for just 1 second. Halar Skins saying prep centers are okay with used items. Do you get a lot of upcharges because they have to potentially do more packaging? You know, you would think so. I definitely, whenever, because I've had to change prep centers a couple times. Every time I went to a prep center, I asked them, hey, are you able to prep used items? Like, are you okay with that? Most of what I do is used. Is that fine with you guys and your system? So one prep center, it was not a problem at all. The other prep center, they had it was a pretty low fee per item, but they did upcharge me a lot because they would, they'd like add a box or a poly mailer, and it would end up being like double the price per item. But again, if I have to pay, sharing my screen again and taking a look at the profit, let's say the prep cost was supposed to be $1.50 and they charge me $3 instead. Like, that's not great, but like if it was going to be $13, $14 profit and then suddenly it's $12 profit, like, okay, like we're still doing great. And a lot of what I source is more expensive than this anyways. So whether it's $1 or $3, still profitable, still enough margin to make this work well. And then the one I'm at right now, they're pretty happy with it. Definitely talk to them beforehand. Can work out a deal with them. So yeah, I mean, why not purchase this? So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this. And I'll show you guys I purchased this. Around $31. Great. Because why not make money while on a live stream with all you guys? So just to show you that I purchased this for just under $31. That is going to be a profit of $15, 49% ROI. It's well ranked in webcams. With this type of sales rank, I would usually test buy pretty lightly, because sometimes you get really wonky sales ranks in other categories like this, because this isn't one of the main categories. But we do see that there's a lot of sellers on here. There were some pretty experienced sellers. So chances are this is going to do very well for us. And then we can try and purchase more in the future. Maybe we can get one more in the next couple minutes here. So we're on this guy's store. This item was profitable. We found it profitably. We could always come back later and filter by newest and try and find new listings that are newly listed and haven't been purchased yet. But taking a look here, got like a thermostat thing. This guy sells pens. Oh, I've looked at these mouses before. I had a hard time finding them profitably. I really wanted to find them profitably. This guy's also got it listed way above all market. Yeah, wow. He's listing it at $70 and everyone's selling it for like $40. Nintendo Switch. I really need to get my Nintendo on gate. It's about time. So yeah, we're coming up on 40 minutes. It's been good hanging out. If anyone has any last questions, I'd love to talk about it. But yeah, I was glad we were able to find some, we were able to find $15 profit, just kind of casually sourcing today while hanging out with you guys. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you guys can use this method to find some of your own products and then be on the lookout over and over again to see if there are newly listed items that are profitable to purchase. But yeah, it was good hanging out. Good to see you in chat, RW and Hail Skins and Christiana. I'll see you in person in just a second. And Steven and Steve, and good to see all of you guys. Oh, and Asian Flipper. Yeah, it was good hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of the day and take care.